It's an early start for these trainees. Some of them have been up since 6:30 in the morning, the Muslims an hour earlier for morning prayer. But their energy levels haven't dipped by the time we arrive 2 hours later.
I heard from my friends that it's going to be hard, and then especially for men, for guys, you got to cut our hair to be bald, and I was like, whoa.
I was literally stunned. I could not believe it, because out of all of my friends, only I got chosen. Yeah, and so I had to put off my studies for 3 months. Well, they went first.
This camp, 50 kilometers away from the city, is one of 84 throughout Malaysia. The 18-year-old trainees have been selected by a computer to sweat it out for 3 months. This year, around 110,000 young Malaysians will go through the program, roughly 20% of the eligible group.
At home, I don't really wash my clothes and clean my bed, but here, you get to do all that. It's a really different feeling. I think I improve and become more disciplined.
Very different in the sense from my days. They are very different. Okay, they are very soft, and then they are, how to say, a bit blur, a bit lost.
The government makes a conscious effort to get all races to mix together, from the field to the classroom. The trainees have to sit through 2 hours of lessons on patriotism and national unity 5 days a week. Today's lesson on national unity, for example, is about the dangers of listening to rumours.
Adakah mesej yang ada dekat sini dan mesej yang dapat pada orang terakhir itu adalah sama?
These sessions, in the eyes of many former trainees, are the most boring part of the program. It clearly hasn't moved up the ranks.
The climax of this camp was probably the M16 shooting. Gosh, I tell you, it was so exhilarating.
I like the, what do you call that, marching, yeah.
Some trainees are also deliberately sent interstate, and even then, authorities make sure the racial composition in each camp mirrors the Malaysian society. All of this is a carefully crafted attempt to achieve the program's core goal, fostering racial harmony.
We need everyone to understand each other. We cannot afford to have racial violence. We need to educate younger generations to be more responsible in future.
During my time, I have lots of Chinese, Indians, or friends and of other races, and we can eat one roti canai where we can share together, and which I can find after that.
The program is trying to reverse a growing ethnic divide in today's Malaysia. But opposition to the scheme has been intense even before its first intake of trainees in 2004. Since then, there's been even more bad publicity, half of them over health issues.
One of my friends, she passed away. She was from Terengganu. So I thought the safety, the first thing struck in my mind was the safety. So I thought the safety wasn't tight enough, wasn't good enough, the food, the activities. So that's what actually struck in my mind. Then when I came here, it's okay, I find it all good.
Some politicians and analysts also argue that there are deeper issues at stake, something that a program cannot solve in a span of just 3 months. They say the root of the problem is an affirmative action policy that in practice gives preference to ethnic Malays in many aspects of society.
The way it's been implemented, number one, it's been subject to a lot of wastage and abuse and corruption. But the second thing that people don't often say is that the policy in itself was flawed, because once you identify a certain race with the policy, then it subjects a lot of the other citizens into a sort of close to calling it discrimination.
The third intake for the year will begin soon, and at the end of their stint, trainees will have to answer questions such as these. Was the program able to unite them with other races? Did it give them confidence? Officials say many trainees have given it a thumbs up, and is a reason why the program, which costs around $187 million every year, must continue.
What we are doing usually, with that we get them to assess themselves. But of course, to answer your question, we need another few years to see whether the program is effective or not.
During Parents Visiting Day, when they will ask their parents to cook one pot of laksa or one pot of bring the parents to bring one bag of Kentucky or whatever, and they share among their friends who are from Sabah, Sarawak, from Terengganu, you know. So that is already building towards that.
While the merits of the program continue to be debated, what's evident from this group of trainees is that they have a good time.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih. Thank you.
And learn new languages along the way.